Drop what you doing, YouTube. Thick Yoda back with part one of the most requested video I have, and it's Budget Beast. So let's just hop straight into the Budget Beast. I'm gonna be going over the best defensive Budget Beast in the game right now. Our budget, we're looking for mostly guys who are under 50K, but I'm gonna be talking about guys who are a little bit higher price, a little bit lower price. So, you know, whatever price range you're at, we got something for you. So the first position we're looking at is cornerback. We're starting out with the top Budget Beast cornerbacks in the game, and we're gonna be working our way down. And the number one guy you wanna look for is 90 overall, Jamel Dean. It is this ghost of Madden's future. Now look at this boy. All right, he's got 94 speed. If you're looking for Budget Beast, especially in the defensive backfield, you need speed, right? Every single guy I'm gonna be listing has at least 92 speed. Speed is king. Going along with that, he's also got 88 main coverage, 86 zone coverage. So you know he's gonna be playing good in both man and zone for you, all right? This dude is a baller. If you can pick him up, definitely do it. The number two cornerback I'm recommending is number two, not because he's worse than Jamel Dean, but because he's more expensive. As you can see, he's almost 100K, which means I understand that a lot of you guys are not looking for such expensive Budget Beast, but if you can pick him up, he's going to ball for you. He's got 93 speed, and along with that 90 speed, he's got that he hits that threshold of 90 man coverage. When you're looking for guys at 90 man coverage and at 90 zone coverage, that's a threshold. Those guys will start playing a lot better than the guys who got 80. And you can even chem that zone coverage also up to 90. So he's gonna be playing a lot better than some of those guys who got 85, 86 man in zone coverage. All right, so if you can pick him up and you can afford him, please do. However, I understand that not everyone can afford Teron Johnson, which is why I got other guys here for you. All right, so if you go to the Patriots, and you look for 90 overall Super Bowl pass, Jonathan Jones. This dude goes for under 30K right now. And look at this, all right, 93 speed, awesome acceleration, right? He hits that 90 man coverage, right? He's got 91 man, and he's still got 86 zones, so he's gonna be playing good for you no matter what scheme you run, all right? And the last guy I'm gonna recommend for you is someone who's been around in this game for a long time, all right? But he is still a goon at 31K, 91 overall, Deion Sanders. And why is he so good? Let's take a look. He's got 92 speed, which is, you know, just in line with those 93, 94 speed guys I just showed you. But he's also got both 90 plus man and 90 plus zone. So he's just gonna ball out for you no matter what scheme you're in. This dude is a very good pickup, even at this point in the game. Next, we're moving on to safeties, and a guy you absolutely have to pick up as safety is 93 overall Jaquiski Tart. I know he's a little bit expensive. He's at 65K right now. I don't know what he's gonna be at when you're watching this. But if we look at his attributes, he's got 93 speed, which is awesome. He hits that 90 plus zone coverage, and he's still got good man coverage to boot. So no matter what you want to use him for, whether that's in the box, deep safety, you want to man him up on a tight end or a running back, like this dude is just going to ball out for you from the get-go. This next guy, he balls out too. He's also a little expensive. Don't you worry. We've got some cheaper options for you right after this guy. Plays for the Colts. Kari Willis, 92 overall team of the week. This dude is a goon. Look at him. He's got 92 speed. 92 zone coverage, in addition to 91 hit power and 86 man coverage. Again, no matter what role you want to use your safety, as a deep safety, in the box, run support, blitz it, whatever, as a user, Kari Willis is going to be good for you, okay? He's going to ball out. So now we're getting into some cheaper options. All right, these guys are a little bit more well-rounded here in that at 21K, we got 89 overall, CJ Gardner-Johnson. And this dude's still got 92 speed, so he's still fast. But as you look at his man coverage, zone coverage, they're 85 to 88. So he's still going to play pretty good. He's not going to play as well as those other guys, but he's still going to play really well for you. And he is, he's generally one of those all-around, like, jack of all trades safety. So if you need someone at a cheaper price point, this is a good way to go with CJ Gardner-Johnson on the Saints. And the last safety we're going to talk about is right here, 89 overall Terrell Edmonds. Why am I talking about him as my last Budget Beast safety for you to pick up? That 92 speed, balls out, always does. He's not as great in the coverage, right? He's got 80 man coverage, 84 zone coverage, but he's gonna be great as a downhill linebacker, hitting guys. He's got that big 93 hit power, so you know he can lay the wood. So moving on to coverage linebackers. The first guy is an expensive guy, but he is just so good. I couldn't not recommend him. He's going for 75K right now. But let's take a look at his attributes, and I'll show you why I have to recommend him. As the top of the three guys I'm about to show you for coverage linebackers, he's got 90 speed, which is incredible. He's got 85 block shed, which is really good. But still, let's take a look at those zone coverage, all right? Take a look at his zone coverage. This is where it gets crazy. He's got 87 zone coverage on top of that. He's just so good at the coverage linebacker role. If you really need a cover linebacker, you have to pick up this dude. I'm telling you. The other two guys I'm gonna recommend you starts with Steelers middle linebacker Devin Bush. Not this 81 overall here, but this 88 Ghost of Madden Future. As you can see, speed is king in Madden. So we're looking for fast linebackers, fast safeties, fast cornerbacks, and he is the king at 91 speed. He's got 83 zone coverage, which means that he's gonna be playing the zone pretty well. A lot better than those guys who got 70 zone coverage, because again, at that 80 is also a threshold. 80 overall zone coverage is gonna play a lot better than 79, all right? He's got 76 block shed, so you know he's not as great there, but as a pure coverage linebacker, he's gonna ball out for you. All right, he's gonna play pretty darn well at a low price point. And the last guy I want to look at is someone who's gonna be a really good all-round linebacker, right? Someone who's gonna be good in every area, but who's also super cheap. As you can see, he goes for less than 20K. Rob Gronkowski. I know, a little bit of weird choice, right? He's not even really a linebacker. He's really a tight end. But with 87 speed, he's still good enough to be, you know, up there with those faster linebackers. 85 block shed, he's still physical enough to be up there with the most physical linebackers. And with 86 zone coverage, he's gonna be able to hold up in coverage with those other good linebackers, all right? So if you really need a cheap option that's really good all around, Gronkowski is definitely the way to go. And another thing to look at is his height at 6'6". As people know, linebackers in Madden don't jump as well as safeties for the most part, right? So the fact that he's super tall at 6'6" will make it easier for him to pick off balls that other guys normally wouldn't be able to get to. So next we're looking up for edge players. So these are gonna be outside linebackers, either right or left, or outside defensive ends, right or left, that are gonna be really good at both setting the edge and getting after the quarterback, right? Because of the prevalence of people, you know, just running around and scrambling out of the pocket, speed is actually super important here as well, which is why the first person I'm gonna suggest, though he's a little bit pricey at 73K, is still really, really good. And it's this Derek Thomas, all right? 88 speed means that he's fast enough to be able to chase down any quarterback, while he's still got really high strength at 89 and excellent power move and finesse move. I talk about those thresholds all the time. 90 is a threshold for these power moves and finesse moves as well. And he hits both thresholds, all right? Just base, just stock, okay? That's gonna work wonders for you. In addition to the fact that with that 89 strength and 87 block shed, he's gonna be able to set the edge for you and help out in the run game as well, which is gonna be really important for you. So he is definitely my all-around best budget edge player. Number 2 on my list isn't even that much of a surprise. You know how good Lawrence Taylor is, possibly the best defensive player of all time. And we got to make sure that we get the right version here. And really, it's honestly his best legend version, all right? So this one at 91 overall, you could get the 90 overall one as well, but for the price point, you might as well just go for the 91 because they're similar enough in prices, and the 91 will be better. So let's take a look at this 91 overall stats, all right? At 44,000, he's not going to cost you too much coins, and he's got 88 speed, same as Derek Thomas. He's going to be able to get after that quarterback. And again, we look at those pass rush moves. He's got 90 power moves, 88 finesse moves. If you chem him up, it's gonna be pretty easy to get those finesse moves to 90 as well, hit those thresholds, both of them. And then again, he's got 87 strength, 87 block shed. He's gonna set the edge pretty darn well. And there's one thing I gotta say about like Derek Thomas, Lawrence Taylor, like these guys, for whatever reason, they just ball out in Madden. They play better than their stats would indicate, and I couldn't tell you why, but they do, and it's been that way for years. So if you can afford Lawrence Taylor, pick up Lawrence Taylor. So now we're getting into some of our cheaper options. Montez Sweat at 20K is somehow, this dude still gets used by pro players and competitive players with 98 overall God squads. They still use this guy. Why? Because he has bonkers speed. He's got 90 speed, 92 acceleration. It's crazy. He's an 88 overall right end. Why are God squads using him? Because he's so fast. Those other stats aren't gonna be as good because he's a lower overall, and all of his, his overall is kind of caked into that speed. But if you take a look, he's still got some other good stuff that's working out for you. 80 block shed, he's not gonna be too terrible. He's not gonna hold up all that well, if we're being honest, but he's not gonna be too bad for you. And 87 finesse moves is gonna be key at helping him get around those tackles and get after the quarterback. And our last edge rusher is gonna be John Abraham here. I know it says 87K, but I'm telling you, there's just only one on the block. That's not how much he goes for it. I see him going for like 40, 50K right now. So you're just gonna have to trust me on that one. But he's gonna be someone who's a good all-round edge rusher. He's not gonna blow you away in any area, but he's just gonna be good at everything. As you can see, he's got good speed, but not great speed. Good strength, but not great strength. He's got good block shed, but not great block shed. Power move, finesse move. He's got great finesse move and pretty good power move. So again, he's gonna be good at everything without being great at everything. So the last of our main defensive positions, users will be coming last. We got our inside defensive linemen, right? That's our D tackles and our left ends or right ends, who tend to be a little bit on the thicker, juicier side. And the first guy we're gonna wanna look at is 91 overall Reggie White, who, as you can see, goes for about 50K right now. Let's take a look at his stats. He's gonna be one of 3 people I recommend. And again, he's got 76 speed, so he's not the fastest, but he's not too slow either. Getting those guys who are in the 60 speed is kind of getting too slow. So even if they break their blocks and get through to tackle the running back or quarterback, they're not even gonna be able to tackle them because, you know, the quarterback or running back can just run around them. So you definitely wanna make sure you have at least some speed there, all right? But the other key things you wanna look for is strength, block shed, and then those power move, finesse move, okay? And so as you can see, he's got over 90 strength, which is great. He's got over 90 block shed, over 90 power move, and pretty darn high finesse move as well. It's bordering on 90, all right? So he's also one of those guys who just plays really well. And one of those things that actually helps him out is that he's really tall and he's really heavy as well. And in Madden this year, weight actually does make a bigger difference. So having thicker guys will actually help you, and it's kind of caked in their overall as well. But the heavier they are more likely to win in their block shed attempts because of their weight. So my number 2 recommendation at inside D lineman is going to be the pass rush extraordinaire John Randall, and we can go for his full legend version here. Let's see if we can find it. At 92 overall, as we can see, he's gonna run you up about 40K. If you want to drop down to his 90 overall version, that'll save you about 10K on that as well. But let's take a look at that 92 overall version. Key thing we're gonna want to look at here is that he's pretty quick, especially for a D tackle. 78 speed is pretty darn fast, but he's still got good strength and good block shed, so he will be able to play the run really well. But the key is going to be those power moves and finesse moves. You don't really see high finesse moves a lot from the inside D lineman position. Those interior D linemen tend to be more of strength guys, and he's got the finesse, which means that he's actually going to be more likely to beat centers and guards. And that's why I got to recommend him as my number 2 budget beast, interior D lineman. So the last guy on the interior that I'm going to recommend is someone who I have just heard stories after stories of him balling out. I've never used him myself, but it's this Justin Smith right here. I had in my notes here the 90 overall version because it's a little bit cheaper. I think his 90 overall really only goes for like 30K maybe. But let's take a look at the 90 overall stats. If you have enough money that you can afford that 92, just get that 92 instead, right? Why not? So he's gonna have super high speed, as you can see, 83 speed, while still having 90 strength and 90 block shed. So he's gonna be awesome against the run. He's gonna be amazing against the run. He will be able to both shed those blocks and track down those ball carriers, all right? From the pass rushing perspective, as you can see, not great finesse moves, but he's still got those high power moves that if you can chem that up to 90 using your chemistries, right, he's gonna be able to ball out for you there as well. So the last thing we look at on defense is lurking. Of course, you have to have a good user, right? Who are you gonna run around the field with, picking off balls left and right, jumping over guys' heads, diving for picks? You got to have the right guy. Any of those guys that I told you at free safety or strong safety will be good users as well, all right? But if you want a great user, I'm going to recommend the guy for you, and this is 92 overall Jeremy Chin. Oh my gosh, this dude is an insane user. Things you want to look for: speed, acceleration, agility, and jumping. Look at this dude. 92 speed, 94 excel, 93 hit power, so he can run around and lay the boom. He's also 6'3", so he's gonna be jumping with that 94 jump. At 6'3", this dude's gonna be able to get 10 feet off the ground while also zooming around the field like no one's business, all right? This dude is a user goon. This dude is the only dude I'm gonna recommend because he's really the only dude you should be going after. If he's too expensive for you, save up some coins, get him, okay? Just get him. This has been Thick Yoda, giving you all the best budget beasts on defense in Madden 21. Leave comments on who you like to use as budget beasts. Let me know who I missed. Let me know how those guys I recommended for you play for you. The next video will be the offensive budget beast, so stay tuned for that. And that's it from me for now, all right? Peace.